Hello, this is Yanis. Today's class was cancelled because of inclement weather, and this is a short video where I want to discuss some of the slides that we would cover in today's class that are useful for doing your homework assignment 4, which is due next week. We discussed on Monday how search engines work by collecting, by crawling web pages and then figuring out which web pages are relevant to particular user queries. We mentioned that the revenue model of search engines is to display advertisements that are related to the search keywords, and they get paid for these advertisements every time they're clicked. So when a user performs a search query and they get back a results page like what this slide shows, we have what we call the organic or natural web results, and these are pages that are relevant to the query, and if the user clicks on any of those pages, they get to the corresponding website, and this is not costing anything to the website. But in addition to these organic results, we have the paid or sponsored results, which are identified here as sponsored links, and which are pay-per-click ads, meaning that they are ads where the advertiser will pay the search engine only when the ad gets clicked and the user gets directed to the corresponding website. So the way that this process works is by having the advertiser first submit to the web ad engine different ads with corresponding bids representing the amount of money that the advertiser would be willing to pay. When a user enters a query, then the search engine looks through the inventory of possible ads and picks those ads that, based on its proprietary model, are most likely to match the query and most likely to be clicked. And it then displays these ads to the user and determines a corresponding cost per click that the advertiser will pay if any of these ads actually gets clicked. If a user clicks on an ad, then the user is directed to the advertiser's website, and the advertiser gets charged the corresponding cost per click, which is never more than the original bid that the advertiser had placed for users that click on the ad. So we have the following terminology that we discussed. We have pay-per-click, where the advertiser pays every time the ad gets clicked. We have click-through rate, which is the percentage of user clicks to impressions or times that the ad has been shown. So for an ad, the click-through rate would be the fraction, or would be the ratio of user clicks over total times that the ad has been shown. If it has been shown 100 times and 5 of those the user actually clicks, that would correspond to a click-through rate of 5%. The cost per click is the price that the advertiser will pay every time an ad gets clicked. If in the previous example the cost per click is 20 cents, and 5 out of 100 impressions get clicked on, the cost to the advertiser will be 20 cents times 5, or $1. Now, advertisers have certain goals for getting users on the website, and this could be purchasing a product, as in the case of Amazon trying to sell a book, signing up for a subscription, as in the case of the Wall Street Journal trying to sign up an online subscriber, or it could be collecting contact information, as in the case of a website that is trying to sign up users for its newsletter. Every time this goal gets satisfied, we call that a conversion. In other words, a user that actually satisfies the goal of the advertiser. For example, a user that signs up for the newsletter is called a conversion. Now, the conversion rate is the percentage of clicks to the advertiser's website that actually result into conversion. So in the previous example, where we had 100 impressions, 5 click-throughs, if these 5 click-throughs resulted in 2 conversions, then the conversion rate would be 2 out of 5 or 40%. And the corresponding cost per conversion would be $1 divided by 2 conversions equal 50 cents per conversion. So let's look now at the spreadsheet that you were given for individual assignment 4. This spreadsheet has information for different advertisements, each identified by the advertisement ID, that were run over a number of weeks. So if we take the advertisement with ID 5458, we can see that this was run in 3 different weeks, week number 1, number 2, and number 4, and the corresponding cost per click in each of these weeks was 37, 12, and 16 cents. Now, we can see that each of these weeks, the total searches column shows us the number of impressions for this particular ad. And as explained in the assignment, we assume that every time the ad was shown, for every search that the ad was shown, there was both a paid result or paid impression. We can see that the paid rank was 3 for one of the weeks, 4 for the second week, and 7 for the last week that the ad was shown, meaning that the ad on average appeared in 3rd, 4th, and 7th place in the sponsored area. Now, if we look at the paid conversions column, we see that there was 1 conversion resulting from the corresponding paid clicks in each of the 3 weeks that the ad was shown. And if we look in the natural conversions column, we see that there were no conversions in the first 2 weeks, and there were 3 conversions in the last week from the natural or organic results. Actually, there were 27, 5, and 20 corresponding clicks on those natural results, and as we said, they resulted into 0, 0, and 3 conversions. Now, in order to do the assignment, one piece of data that will be very useful is if we compute what was the total advertising expense for that week. So in other words, how much did the advertiser spend for that particular ad in the corresponding week? And we can do this by multiplying the cost per click by the number of paid clicks for each of these weeks. And this will give us the advertising expense for that week.